I'm going to use this video to try to point out two things to you guys, which I think need to be corrected. First thing is, of course, that the views in the airplanes are very low, especially in the King Air. We're sitting way too low. I'm looking at the caution and warning light here. You can tell we're too low by three different things. One, we're staring pretty much at the caution and warning light ahead of us, can barely see over the dash while sitting on a tarmac. Two, we look behind us and we can see that our eyes are just above the back of the seat and below the headrest. That tells me that my head is way too low. And three, if we come to the outside of the airplane and we look at the AI pilot, we can see that the pilot sits very high up. His hairline is actually above the top of the pilot's window. And if we look at the front of the airplane, we come down low. I can actually still even see his lips while resting in the lowest possible view. I don't need those things to tell me I'm sitting too low. I've also flown King Airs in real life, so I know I'm sitting too low. Visibility in aircraft is very important. And unfortunately, in the King Air especially, we don't have it. This is the lowest sitting in all the game, lowest sitting perspective. The other thing is zooming in and out. I'm going to cover the camera hole so I can hold on to this as though I would be if I was flying. So there's an example right there. About 1 out of 2 to 1 out of 3 times that you zoom in and out, the camera shoots 90 some odd degrees around, or or 180 degrees around in the opposite direction. And it doesn't matter what device you use. I've used multiple devices from Samsungs to Motorola's to iPhones, and it continuously happens. It doesn't happen with any other simulator that I use, be it truck driving sims or anything. Just with this game here. So there's something going on there. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's the very low cockpit views, and it is the not being able to zoom in and out and touch the screen sometimes. Sometimes it's just touching the screen without the camera shooting all over the place. I want to keep this short, so I'll leave it at that. I think you guys are intelligent enough to get the gist. I love your game. It's fantastic. Sorry to point out just the negative things, but the positive things don't need fixing. So that's it, folks. Thank you. Also, one recommendation as a matter of fact. Instead of just raising our views up, now this may be asking too much, but I played some pretty crappy truck driving simulators that give us this option. And instead of just adjusting our views for us, it would be nice if we could create an ability for us to adjust our views ourselves. You don't need to allow us to adjust it forward and back maybe, but at least give us the option to allow us to raise ourselves up or down. That would solve all issues with people complaining about their view in the plane, because they can customize it to their own needs. But if you can't do that, at least raise us up to a reasonable height, and please get it correct, get it right, because it's pretty awful when it's not. This is such a great airplane, and it's just unusable because of this, in my opinion. That's it, folks. Thank you.